I hang around a lot of straight guys, and I forget how obsessed with appearances the gay community is. It's like, no matter what I do, they always start the conversation up, "Hello, handsome," and I'm like, "Gah, stop!" Morning. It is foggy outside. The fog's lifted a little bit. It was really bad at like 7. It's like shortly after 9. Aaron has a dentist consultation, I guess is what I'm calling it, because when you think of a dentist appointment, you think you're gonna go in, you're gonna get some work done, you know, you're gonna get numbed up and all that jazz, whereas this is just his jaw's clicking and it's bothering him, and the doctor said go see the dentist, so he's going to see a dentist, because doctors don't necessarily know. Everybody has a specialized thing for a reason. Dentists are there for a reason, and doctors are like, just go see a dentist. I don't want to deal with this shit. Mouths are gross.
Which I totally get.
Well, yeah, you know, but it's, the concept is there that they have, your GP is not made of gold, general practitioner, you know, kind of has the general body stuff and will send you to a specialist if anything. Oh yeah, I'll let the car warm up a little bit. Do you want to say anything about your appointment? You're not nervous because you're not getting any work done, there's no needles. Yeah, but
it's, setting up this appointment was hard. Like, I had to really fight with the person who took my call to say, no, I don't need a cleaning. I don't want to talk with the dentist after I've been numbed up and my teeth have been cleaned and I've been inspected. I want to talk to the dentist.
Yeah.
Oh, well, do you want to set an appointment for your cleaning as well? You really need to have that done.
That's fine. The thing that I heard from a comedian a long time ago. You go to a doctor when you're sick. You go to the dentist because they tell you to. See you in 6 months. Okay. And you just come back in 6 months.
Yeah.
You know, and so it's like, it's a self-serving thing. That's why they're like, you need to get a cleaning done. You tell me I need a cleaning done. You brush your teeth a hell of a lot more than I do. They probably look in my mouth and be like, gold. We've struck oil. Or whatever. Here, hold on to my cup. There's just no real good place to put it.
I know. All right, so dentist appointment's over. It was really brief, which was, I guess, good. Doctor basically said that I should go get a tooth grinding guard, and that will probably help. Yeah, I tried to bring up whether or not, you know, like an athletic guard, and I know the ones he was thinking of. He was thinking of like the original ones that are designed to like actually protect your teeth. Yeah.
Like, and that's what he was thinking of, because that's what most people get, and that's what you think of. You think of the, I don't really talk about blah blah blah.
No. Yeah, but his reaction to it was great. That's an excellent question, no.
Yeah, that's what I understand, because he said it keeps the jaw open too much or something like that. And I'm like, well, that's not how Sisu does it, but, you know, whatever.
Yeah, and Sisu does make the kind that he suggests. We're gonna go stop by Walgreens?
Yeah.
And see if they have the ones that they actually do specifically suggest in stock.
But the moment he talked about, yeah, it's moldable, and you just like heat it up and you put it in your mouth, I'm like,
that's what Sisu's do. Kept kind of oscillating between, well, if it doesn't help, then for the sleep apnea, go to a TMJ specialist. If it does help, then, because apparently the device for sleep apnea is really counterproductive to this device.
Yeah, and it's like, on top of it, it's like horrifically, I've looked up this stuff, it's horrifically expensive and not covered by a lot of stuff, because it's very specific.
Yeah.
I guess if you want to call it in the future, we'll call it the sleep apnea orthodontic. I guess that sounds, I guess might not be quite the right term, but it's close.
Because when you say appliance or device, people think of the CPAP machine.
Yeah, and
hell, even I do.
Yeah, but when you say the orthodontic, it makes you think teeth, and because the orthodontist puts braces on.
Yeah.
Where are you turning? You passed like 4 driveways. Anyways.
So yeah, turns out there are not a lot of Walgreens in this area.
Yeah, it's very strange. Like, I wish we could have gone to, like, a Target. Oh, maybe not a Target. Or, like, a Freddy's or something, but those people, like, they don't want to, they don't want to help you. I walked around visibly looking lost, trying to figure out where stuff was at, and this guy kept looking at me, and then he'd look down and walk away.
I love that there's an inflatable spider on top of that.
On Goodwill.
Goodwill.
Yeah, it's because Goodwill is a great place to go for Halloween stuff. They all have Halloween decorations and stuff.
And that...
Because you can get... Because what they do is they grab their more fancy stuff, and you can get, like, pieces to costumes. And they also hold, you know, they hold off, like, the donated, like, the puffy muscle suits of the superheroes and stuff.
Yeah.
But you can get an old one that was only used 1 year by a kid, and then he, like, grew out of it. And so the parents throw it in. You can get it for, like, $4. Whereas the exact same thing at Fred Meyer is, like, $25.
But seeing the inflated spider, or inflatable spider, made me start wondering, I wonder if you could make a wacky waving inflatable arm floating tube man spider that had, like, moving legs.
Yeah, you know what? We need people to get much more terrified about things in their lives. I cannot see out of that mirror. Okay, so my plans for today were to go to the gym with Willie and do chest day, and then go to Miles's game with him way out in Gresham. But he got recruited into moving somewhat. He's not moving, yeah. And we're not actually moving Nick. Nick moved yesterday. Whatever. It's the 14th now. So we're past all the gobbledygooky weirdness of,
Friday the 13th?
Yeah. You know, I used to, like, revere this guy that kind of jumps around the league as Twan because he went to Virginia Tech and played football for them. But over the years, I've gotten to realize that he's a lot of talk. So he's asking me about a football team, and and I pleasantly played dumb a little bit. And then he started questioning more, and I told him exactly everything I knew about it. And he's like, "What league?" I'm like, "The WWFA, apparently." "Oh God, another one?" I'm like, "I figured being the drama stirrer of the football teams around here, you'd be really in the know." "What do you mean drama stirrer?" "Oh yeah, what else is his group on Facebook?" "Simply a place for conversation and entertainment. I've never seen any drama in it." To which I had to, like, screenshot that bit of the conversation and send it to Malcolm and Willie and Brian Ford. I'm just like, "Are you kidding me?" And I'm like, "Never. Okay then. I'll just go get a lesson in shade and drama from a gay bar, because apparently the group is a place for civility and positive discourse." Like, that group is the sheer reason why people come into games so ridiculously fired up and angry at the other teams, because of all the, like, I understand that there's trash talking. I get it. But, you know, when trash talking, like, it's trash talking and drama it's a thin line. And when you're dealing with, you know, guys who have really no other outlet for their feelings, and it's not their job, then it turns into, their trash talking turns into drama. Usually, you know, because trash talking you can do, and if it's your job, you don't let it get too far because you know it can come back and punch you in the face. You understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
Okay. I don't necessarily need input, I just somewhat, I gotta remember, I'm used to Nick and Willie, who literally give inputs on things in the middle of me talking sometimes. I understand that interrupting is high crime against the state for you, but I'm just like, that's why sometimes I'll directly ask you a question because you haven't said anything about anything I've talked about. Because you're waiting for me to stop talking. He's trying to get a treasure chest you gotta jump across a gap to. I forget how I did it. I may have used the little super boot things that come from engineering, or I might have just jumped really high and, like, used my...
You might have blinked.
No, I can't blink across gaps like that. I think I jumped and used my glider because it propels you forward that little bit. Like,
Cool down.
Oh. Like, I'm not... I may not have actually even gotten it. Like I said, I went and got the boots. I know I've got, like, 6... There's actually apparently one of the achievements you can do is for the whole thing is you get weapons of the Eternal Vanguard or something like that, and I'm guessing their appearances. And it's to kill all the major. It's all kill all the stars and stuff. Did your
glider work?
I figured the glider worked just because it gives you that little extra boost. But I think it's intended that because everyone can use those little boots. That's what you're supposed, quote unquote, supposed to use. But there are some, like a demon hunter could get across there no problem.
Yeah.
Because they can, they glide themselves. But anyways, what is your food situation?
Hungry.
He's hungry. Are you hungry now? Or are you hungry hour? Or a little more?
I can wait an hour.
Okay. Because I was going to go, because I have a protein shake digesting in me. And while I've done a lot of strength stuff and I pretty much need to have a protein shake every day, kind of want to put whatever I have to use on chest. Because, whatnot. Taking a while, I guess you want to continue doing stuff on WoW and I just go to the gym and...
Yeah.
That was a very affirmative head nod of his. I just see him from the back. I was like, don't make yourself distant there, brah. Don't worry about it. Boom. I know, it's so bright outside. There's also other treasure chests to get, but I just don't know how to get them because I'm like, I know we have to use like the other things the Vindicar allows to get to them, but I don't have color coding very well, so I don't know which ones because the crystals or stuff that's over them kind of tell you which ones you need to use. I think so. Whatever, I'm going to the gym. Oh, word from the wise. When you feel kind of a little... Every time you try to do a chest press, don't necessarily... It's probably a stopping point for the day. Especially when it comes out of both shoulder, or one shoulder and not the other. Why do you keep showing up bruised? So, I'm done at the gym. Aaron and I are gonna go get something to eat. It is 2:42. I don't even know if I would have went that hard with Willie. He probably would have towed me back. He probably would have towed me back and said, chill. It's this shoulder. It's the front delt is what it is. And so, I failed to log in because I'm on such craptastic Wi-Fi way out here. In order to, it's like, because the Crunch has Wi-Fi, and then all these apartments probably have Xfinity Wi-Fi, and I'm like at the very edge of all of them. So if I want to open up Pokemon, I have to disengage wireless momentarily. Mount Oliver Baptist Church. There's an Eevee here. I did make extra progress on my chest fly of 200 pounds. That's fun. I'm gonna have to ask Willie next time if I'm got my angle wrong or something, because it's just... I may have overworked this, because it's like... I don't know if you guys can see this. It's right in here. So when I push up, it kind of is in this little area. So it's like it's on the front delt because the pec comes in and attaches under here. But this thing covers it and it's in that area. And it's only on this arm, which makes me think, owie owie. That wasn't even a good Eevee. I just caught an Eevee for the hell of it. Well, that gym flipped to blue. Whatever. Aaron and I are hungry. I'm gonna head home. So, got back from Olive Garden. It's you had unlimited pasta bowl. He actually had what kind?
Cavatappi with mushroom sauce.
Cavatappi, okay. And then he got an extra one, which is still something he'd eat, but it's not something. It's you got the garlic Alfredo, yeah. Not the regular Alfredo. I want the regular Alfredo. But it doesn't matter because it's still Alfredo. It's just...
The pure difference is there's chunks of garlic.
I know.
Like, full cloves.
I know. That's why I was like not too terribly thrilled with it, because I was like, it's just their Alfredo sauce with chunks of garlic floating in it. And they let it sit there. Like they may just have 2 pots of it, of the regular Alfredo, and they just throw like a whole 9 garlic.
Yeah.
Because a clove is the little thinger, right?
Yeah.
So kind of like a garlic head. I mean, I don't know how big the think it's got to be pretty big because you got to ladle at least one per bowl.
I think they actually add it afterwards.
Yeah, I was hoping that maybe they let it stew in there, but now that I remember, they're not tender garlic cloves. Yeah. It means you're right. They haven't been sitting in there for long periods of time. But he got the second one, which was a smaller bowl, for me to eat later because I just need mess tons of. I might actually weirdly have a protein shake later because it's like 5 o'clock right now, and by about 9 o'clock it's still not even bedtime, and I might even be hungry again because I had the lasagna classico with chili and like 5 breadsticks. Nothing in that is too terribly solid aside from the breadsticks, and those are just basically puffy wheat. There's not like whole wheat buns that we get from Great Harvest, which are thick buns. But I'll probably have a protein shake later with the leftovers that he brought home. You may not actually be hungry at all the rest of the day.
Yeah.
Still kind of tender a little bit. It's the stupidest thing to, it's like so hard, you can't roll it. Yeah. I knew I needed to stop when I was using the decline press. I was using its little handle and I was pushing my shoulder against it and I was rubbing it with the actual handle, and I was like, but I was okay with the decline press because I'm pushing down, and that doesn't activate this. But I started with overhead press and was like, yay! Then I did incline press and was like, ah! And then I did chest press and wasn't able to complete that one, but I was trying to go up in weight. But I was like, and then like set 4, number 4, I was like, put it back down. We are not. I don't know. The last time I heard something like that come out of my body, I had to go into physical therapy for my hamstring. That's a good. My German friend Nikita, he sends me Snapchats, and I forget what he sent me, or he said something, it was in his story. And I wanted to get back to him with like something cute, saying coffee by Olive Garden, BEI, which means in, with, kind of, at, it's how it goes there. And so, what did he post? No, that's Kita. Oh, 7 degrees C, and he's like walking down the road in the middle of the night. So I was like, coffee by Olive Garden. And then like 5 minutes later, I sent him a Snapchat with me, with my face in my hand going, I just realized you have no idea what Olive Garden is. Alcohol is not goof. I don't get him sometimes. Champion armaments are ready to pick up. Let's see how many people. Let's see. Like nobody's. Oh no, someone else. No. Sometimes I remember that I used to roleplay an elemental wizard with proficiency in crossbow and scimitar. People are like, wait, what? I'm like, yeah, nope. The primary skill set for my effectively my first roleplay character was magic. Secondary was weapons and lore. Tertiary, survival and shield or armor. So we weren't too terribly worried about armor. The class was warrior mage. We were pretty much the only class that made heavy use of the targeted magic skill, and we had 6 books or 6 schools of magic to learn, which were fire, water, air, earth, ether, and electricity. So yeah, elemental wizards. Because nothing says like a fireball to your face followed up by a crossbow bolt to the eye. Then I just sit there as this goblin's running around on fire screaming with a crossbow bolt coming out of its eye. And then I'm like, then he finally gets it, and then like he got his like wits about him, it's still sticking out, and he advances to melee range, and I'm just like, I'm just gonna chop your leg off, and he falls over, and I'm like, your skin is completely burned. Your leg is missing and you have a crossbow bolt sticking out of your eye. I'm going to go over here and I'm going to forage for some things while you bleed to death. And I told Aaron that joke, it actually happened, but I told Aaron that story a long time ago and he goes, wow, that's kind of, I think you thought it was like a really amazing description of how it happened, and I was bringing up a different story one time to Kathy, and she's like, oh my god, like Kathy and Bob and I were all gacking out about it, and you were like, oh, this game was real. Obviously it was real, but it was just the nature of what the game was and how descriptive it was so insane that it was. Then I found a way into the forums a while back, because it's not very secure. Like you can't, because I could still do it, kind of. I can get into a second or third tertiary page of their forums without having to log in from the main page, and they probably have secured it now, but Google was like really good at what it does. Google still is really good at what it does, and it cached all the pages it could ever reach through any means whatsoever. And so if I searched a couple correct keywords, it would bring me to the folder that was not secured behind the authorization screen. So I showed Aaron, I was like, yeah, these are some of the critical message that you get from this game, because it was online, obviously with Google, and for the Warrior Mages it was called Kaboom! Share your crits. And some people were sharing weapon crits. Like they'd be wielding a quarterstaff, quarterstaff. So like basically a pike, but with a blunt end. And they'd literally just thrust it like a wolf. They'd hit it in the hind quarters and it would just choke to death. It was seriously the crit. I was like, convulsing and twitching accompanies, total loss of bowel control accompanies a twitching death. That was literally the crit message. Oh, he just thunk right in its, right here, and he just like, it's so bad. But then there were, and that was just regular weapons. Pretty much anybody with a quarterstaff could do that one with a decent amount of skill. But yeah, I did. I had crossbow, and I had to pick up a second weapon after a while, so I picked up what was dubbed medium edge, but it was really just one-handed swords. Light edge were daggers. Medium edge were one-handed swords. Heavy edged were I'm strong and have a one-handed sword, and then there was two-handed edge. There's my phone. All right, I'm probably gonna play some Artanis for a little bit. What are you doing?
Code stuff. I'm using PHP to scrape a web serial so that I can read it on my Kindle.
Thumbs up if you understood that. Morning. I've thoroughly determined that I am not doing morning. I mean, it's still technically morning as it is like 10:18 right now. I'm heading out to the gym to do back day. I did not get to do anything with Willie because he thought because my shoulder hurts that I wasn't going to be doing the gym. And I'm like, no, my shoulder only hurts in the front. I can still do back day. I can definitely do legs. So, not doing legs today. This, that, and the other thing. So I'm going to go do back. And like I said, it's 10:18 right now. We have typical Sunday stuff to do. I did Chromie this morning on Heroes of the Storm, and so that was fun. I'm losing track of what. They shifted Once Upon a Time to Fridays, so that's great that we have Friday television because it's Once Upon a Time, then Inhumans, but I forget now what's on Sundays. And it's like now we have like 3 days a week where we have oh god, we got Thursdays now. So on Thursday, we've got The Good Place, and then Orville, and then Monday is Lucifer, and What's in Bucket. Sunday we don't actually have anything. It's just Sunday Night Football. And then I usually just pop in something, because I thought maybe there might have been something at 9, but when I got to the gym, Crunch is way back there, I opened up TV Guide and I couldn't find anything on tonight. So I was like, I'm like, Patriots are playing the Jets right now, and the Packers are playing the Vikings. Oh, it's rival day. Oh yeah, tonight. America's Funniest Home Videos, Wisdom of the Crowd. Either Aaron and I are not. Ghosted we are kind of interested in. Is there anything on at 9? Family Guy. Meh. NCIS Los Angeles. Yeah, there's nothing actually on Sunday nights. And I I used to be like, oh God, but not so much anymore. Because the one thing we used to watch is now on Fridays. 'Cause I don't want to watch America's Funniest Home Videos, then Shark Tank. Anything Pac-12 football and 60 teams to be announced. It's most likely USC and Stanford, because that's all they play. That's all the Pac-12 network cares about. Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs is on at 8 o'clock. Age of Ultron is on at 7. We don't even own that. I haven't seen Ultron in a while. That starts at 7. That's during... Maybe Aaron and I can watch Ultron tonight. Anyways, so yeah. Just gonna put this out there for those of you that get this far in the vlogs. I'm not offended if you don't know that I'm gay. I don't care. You know, that's like being oblivious to something. Not knowing something is not offensive to me. Now, what is offensive is continuously being oblivious to it. Almost like denying it. Like if you are 13 and you don't necessarily understand what climate change is, and you're like, oh my God, climate, like you finally find out what it is, and you know, is anybody offended that I didn't know what climate change was? If they are, they need to check themselves. But most people are not, you know, and I get a lot of comments, you're gay? Yes. And they're like, oh my God, is that offensive? No. Whatever. I gotta head into the gym. Wow, the camera's low on battery power. So, this, the Thorns won the women's soccer championship. And I'm not sour about it. What I'm sour about is, well, basically what Aaron says, that they do the exact same thing and win the exact same championships, but for less money. Yeah. And the fact that they're, you know, the Timbers men's team won the MLS title thing, and they got a 6-block parade, and the Thorns are like, we welcome them off the plane, and then they go home. Damn. Or something like, I'm not sure what happens, but I'm going to be keeping my eye out to see if there's an actual parade or anything that happens.
Yeah, I don't think there will be, because they aren't celebrated. Like, at all.
Yeah, I know. And so, that's the craptastic of everything. So Aaron tried his little mouthpiece thing last night.
I mean, it seems to have helped with sleep at least.
Did it help with your jaw? It might take time for that to happen.
Yeah, it's still popping. But yeah, it didn't wake up painful, so that's good. Okay. It doesn't usually, but at least it didn't make it worse.
Anyways. So off to the grocery store. I was thinking now that thing's a little bit more open, we can go. I'm like, no, I don't want to go out that way. That goes in front of Nike. I was going to pull out almost immediately and not vlog because the camera was inside the container, but...
This guy in a giant pickup.
It's not a giant pickup, trust me.
Okay. This guy in a...
It's a pickup.
Pickup was having a little trouble getting into his spot.
Yeah. Anyway, that's why I put it on park, and I'm like, let's just vlog.
Yeah.
Whatever. Let's grab the camera. So apparently here at Freddy's they've got, I mean, you have to have them. I'm not like, really, it's just, they're local, and they're cookies, but they're vegan and allergy friendly, which means no wheat, no gluten, no egg, no dairy, no soy, no peanuts, no tree nuts. I'm just like, what the f are you? If you are a cookie and you have none of those things, what are you? Right?
Yeah.
What are you? And I don't want to spend whatever $8 on 5 cookies just to figure out that they're basically just brown rice with cocoa flavoring. Because a cocoa bean is, a cocoa nut is
a tree nut.
It's a tree nut. So what the hell is that? Flavoring.
Synthetic.
It's synthetic, yeah. But it's non-GMO. That's just so stupid. Well, we have the pizza. We have our groceries. We ate mod. It's not even 3.
Reminds me of my first experience with military efficiency and the wholeness. I had done like 20 things and it was 10 in the morning. And someone said, yeah, welcome to the military. We get more done by 10 in the morning than you do all day. And it's scarily true.
Same thing happens when I have practice, like, ass o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
You know, you've got, like, I had to be to Luke Jensen at 7 o'clock. We'd have 2.5 hours of practice, and then I'd be home by, like, noon, and you're like, good morning. I'm like, no, it's afternoon. I've already woken up, and I went out and had practice. I went and got Willie. Oh, yeah. 180 fuel points.
Yes.
It's from my drink.
Oh, here.
Yeah, I bought this sweatshirt. Cool. Morning. I know I brought it up before on the vlogs, or at least my Snapchat. I was like, what is up with this neck? And I think it was even on the Snapchat. I was like, what is this neck? How is this even a thing? I kind of want it. And I was just like, after like the 4th time of seeing it, I was like, fine, I'll buy it. So we wound up going down to the hot tub yesterday, before Sunday night football, and then I wound up just laying around.
A lot of steam.
And I thoroughly proved to Aaron yesterday that the pool is heated. Because usually I've gone in after the hot tub and I'm like, well, that's a little chilly. And that's the thing, it's a little chilly. But this time I was like, I'm not in the hot tub yet. Put my foot in, walked all the way up to my waist.
Yeah.
Guys, the pool is cold, you can't walk up to your waist.
No.
Even if your legs are tough. Walked all the way up to my waist and walked right through the 3 feet to the 3.5 feet. Everything was submerged. And I looked over, I'm like, it's fine. He goes, yeah, okay, I get it, fine. Like, he was like, whoa, okay, fine. And then he reached down over there at the corner by the hot tub and he put his hand and went, whoa. I'm like, I know. I'm gonna have to tell Willie. Because like I said, I'd get out of the hot tub and then it would like, okay, that's a little chilly. Okay, well, maybe it's really hard to heat a pool this size.
It probably is.
Well, it is. But I'm saying when you got cold weather, it's even harder to heat it, but it still stays not cold. So it's like, okay, I get it. No, this is, I mean, I understand that it was like 60 degrees out and bright sunny weather all day, but the pool should not have been that temperature. So I'm gonna have to tell Willie, I'm like, hey, we can use a pool. It's a little chilly outside, but if it's like a fairly warm day, ish, we can always just get out and go to the hot tub afterwards if it's really cold. But yeah, we did not watch Ultron last night because I wound up watching Sunday Night Football up to the point where I was like, this is a game of watching people get injured. The score hasn't changed in a quarter. So I was like, whatever. So I flipped it over to Simpsons, and then we watched it, and then Ghosted, then Family Guy, and then we wound up going to bed. Age of Ultron was on at 7 o'clock on one of the stations we do get. 53, I think.
FX?
Yeah. So, and I was like, well, maybe we should watch Ultron, because we could, but then I realized that Ultron is also like, I forgot to tell you about it at like 8 o'clock, but then I realized right now, Ultron's actually like one of those 2.5 hour movies, and we would have had to, because I was like, it started at 7 and goes until 10:30 on television with commercial breaks. That's 3.5 hours.
Yeah. I think we have it on DVD.
No.
No?
No, because you were watching Civil War, and I was like, oh, it's not Civil War I wanted to watch again. Because I thought you were watching Ultron, because Civil War and Ultron have the general bulk of the Avengers, even though that Civil War is a Captain America movie. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so that's what throws me off about those two movies. And I'm probably not the only person. We're definitely in chilly times of the morning.
Yeah.
Partially why I picked this thing up. Like, it was the thing that pushed me over the edge. I was like, I don't actually have any, like, thick hoodies. I have a thick sweater that has the line across it, but it's not a hood. I'm not sure this thing is effectively even a hood to begin with. It has a hood, but I don't think it's supposed to be used as a hood. Because I tried to put the hood on and I was like, like, this hood seems pretty small. Of course, I was cesarean because I had too big a head. So it might just be my thing that I have a slightly bigger head than someone who wears a medium.
Yeah.
Gonna be beating up the gym here. I did not charge the camera, but it's still working pretty good. I'm gonna do legs today with Willie. I'm gonna transfer all this stuff over to the camera and see how much actual footage I have. For some reason, I think I have far more than I'm gonna use. Yeah, it's like leg day again. But I'm doing well on massaging my shoulder, seeing how that thing is going. How'd your day go yesterday?
Pretty good.
Did you get a lot of stuff done and then WoW?
Yes. I've been doing the tailoring and enchanting quest lines on Stocky so I can get stuff done. I can make 30 slot bags now. Relatively easily, too.
Again, if you have extra of that mats, I'll just make more stuff. I can even... Actually, you could probably make them yourself, because I learned all 4 super headcanon things. So you could probably make them yourself. You just need the hardened fell glass.
Yeah, which I have.
Which you have.
Of.
And you make them, and those things destroy into like 500 Obliterum dust. Yeah,
Good.
that's what I'm saying. You can make like 5 Obliterum just out of one of those. And then you just use your Primal Sargerite to make it into Primal Obliterum, or just even sell the Obliterum in and of itself. That stuff still sells pretty well. I mean, it's not a cash cow right now, but...
Well, I'm going to be upgrading something, because I have a chest piece that I want to upgrade, because I'm not using a legendary chest.
I'm just saying for other you're not going to use 20.
Right.
So anyways, your train's coming in.
Bye.